My name's Aiden Thomas, senior quarterback for Portsmouth High School, and you're watching Friday Night Football.
Welcome to Week 8 of Friday Night Football. The playoff season is almost here, and there's still spots and seeding to be determined. Our game of the week features two teams competing for the top spots in D2, Souhegan and Pelham, a rematch of last year's title game, which the Pythons won. Let's head to Pelham right now. Pelham and Souhegan. Two very familiar opponents getting some pregame work in. Pelham locked in as usual. First quarter, the Pythons facing 4th and 3. They go for it. The great play call causing confusion. The handoff goes to Dom Hurling, and he's out for 6. But the Pythons were just getting started. Souhegan with the rock, but Pelham takes it right back. Dom Hurling just had the touchdown, and now the senior gets the INT. On the very next play, Nick Muse airs it out down the field to Connor Travis. He scores. Pelham was rolling. Python's defense had given up just 7 points before tonight, and they were dominant again in the opening quarter. They forced a fumble. Memphis Patterson gets the scoop. He has some space, and the other way, he's gone, and that's another touchdown. Pelham at 19-0 in the first. Souhegan trying to get some momentum going. Romy Jane to their star running back, J.J. Bright. He takes it up the field for a nice gain, and then Jane would find Bright again, but Pelham just too tough. Still have yet to lose a game over the last 3 seasons. 40-21, the final. Some more scores in D2. Guilford Belmont moving to 4-4 after its 37-28 W over Hanover. Manchester West with its first win of the season, 14-13 the final over Howells Brookline. Two of the top teams in D2, Plymouth at St. Thomas Aquinas. Plymouth's first drive, the Saints defense forcing a fumble, and Sam Grondin comes up with the turnover. St. Thomas takes over in Bobcat territory. This next play is 4th down. St. Thomas going forward. Michael Skyron rolling right and slings it to Tim Avery. The freshman receiver gets the first down and gets down to the 5-yard line. Then Trent Saleyards runs it in for the game's first TD. 7-0 St. Thomas. On the ensuing kickoff, Plymouth's Caden Monsu gets some nice blocking, and he's got some room across midfield and down to the Saints' 45-yard line. Then the Bobcats will tie the game on a 2-yard TD run by Robbie Thorne. Plymouth wins it 28-14. They move to 7-1. Merrimack Valley with a big win over Kennett, 32-7. Sanborn, 20-6 over Laconia. Now the race to a first-round bye in D1 is getting really good heading into Week 8. Still a handful of teams undefeated, including 2 in our next game, Pinkerton and Salem. Let's take it to Salem right now. Even with the rain, the fans were locked in and ready to go. Pinkerton had it going. Timothy Hersom tosses it to Matthew Morrison. This was a 93-yard touchdown connection. The Astros led 28-7 in the third after this huge play. But Salem undefeated for a reason, though. They showed up late. First, the QB Nolan Lumley scores on the keeper. That made it 28-13 in the fourth quarter. They got the ball right back. Lumley's pass somehow gets through to Kevin Tedisco, and he does the rest, going 55 yards for the score. 28-20 was the final, though. Pinkerton takes it to improve to 7-0, giving Salem its first loss. To Portsmouth Oyster River, where the Clipper Cats took on Merrimack. Pick it up in the third quarter. Merrimack up 7-0 and looking for more. Garen Brown breaks a tackle and sprints through the fog, picking up a huge gain for the Tomahawks. Merrimack trying to find the end zone again, but Sahil Majwar is going to be picked off by Emmanuel Poe. Portsmouth takes over. On offense now, Brooks Connors takes the handoff, and he's out of there. 20 yards on the rushing score. Portsmouth ties the game at 7 in the fourth quarter. The Clipper Cats with the ball again in 7 minutes to go. Quarterback Aiden Thomas throwing down the sideline to Emmanuel Poe. 13-7 Portsmouth. Merrimack would have one last chance, but Cole McLaughlin comes away with the INT, and Portsmouth Oyster River still undefeated at 7-0, winning 13-7 over Merrimack. Londonderry gets the shutout over Alvern, 40-0. Bedford beating an out-of-state opponent, Thornton Academy, out of Maine, 38-7. Nashua Northern improving to 5-3 after a 21-18 W over Keene. Spalding defeating Nashua South 41-14. Timberlane beating Winnacunnet 21-6. Liam Corman, 3 TDs for the Owls. All right, the Concord Crimson Tide hosting the Dover Green Wave. Start this off with Concord. Colby Nyhan to Oscar Perez Homicide. That was a 17-yard TD connection. but Dover would respond. Sincere Bailey gets the handoff, shoots right up through the line, and he breaks away. One defender left. He says get off him. Sincere Bailey going 69 yards to tie it up at 7 in the first. Back to Concord. Nahines with a QB sneak. 14-7 lead in the second. Dover wins it in overtime, 28-27. Trinity hosting Fall Mountain. Trinity with possession. The ball comes out. It's recovered by Fall Mountain's Owen Waysville, so the Wildcats take over. With the Pioneers ball again, the quarterback Evan Dunker on the keeper, finding some space. He scores. Trinity up big in the fourth quarter. We'll see a nice play here by the Fall Mountain offense. Max Wyman is going to go deep to Patrick Connors for a 38-yard reception, but Trinity was a force in this one. Devon Ellis had 3 scores as the Pioneers roll 57-6. Some more scores. The Monadnock Huskies with a shutout W over Epping Newmarket, 28-0. Ben Dean had 200 yards and 3 scores. Stevens beat Conval 22-7 to improve to 4-4. And a reminder, you can watch all of our Friday Night Football shows on our website, WMUR.com, and click on sports, or watch on our mobile app. We have our sports director, Mike Cronin here. Mike, week 8, this season is just rolling along. So with a couple weeks left in the season, I think the biggest storyline heading into the next week, for sure, this D1, who is going to get the 2 byes?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, well, you look at the standings right now. It's Pinkerton, Portsmouth, Oyster River, Bedford. They're all undefeated at the moment. Maybe Londonderry, maybe Salem could sneak in if things fall their way next week, but it seems to be a 3-way race for 2 spots. Pinkerton, Portsmouth, Oyster River, and Bedford. Trying to lock down the bye. I mean, that's huge if you can take a week off, isn't it?
I mean, any team would have won that first round bye just to already just have an extra week of practice and rest. I mean, it's going to be huge.
One thing I was struck by tonight is so many weeks this season we've seen big blowouts, right?
Yeah.
Closer games tonight.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of teams are kind of figuring things out, hitting their stride late into the season here.
Right on time. And I want to talk about our game of the week.
Yeah.
We got to talk about Pelham, Mike. I mean, Souhegan was a really good team, right? I mean, a rematch
Yeah,
of
they
last
are.
year's state
Of course.
championship game, right? And Pelham, for them to do what they've been doing for the last 3 years, I gained an even more appreciation seeing them up close in person for the first time this year. I mean, they haven't lost since 2019.
It's crazy. Their winning streak is one of the tops in the country.
Yeah.
I mean, what they're doing is just unheard of, not even locally, but nationally, right?
Yeah.
It's wild.
4 straight. They can go 4 straight undefeated years. That's
They could.
just wild to think about.
But, you know, if Souhegan or someone else sees them in the playoffs, maybe they'll have something to say about that.
We'll see.
We'll see indeed. Let's look ahead to our Week 9 FNF Game of the Week. Final week of the regular season, and what a matchup here. 7-1 Salem at 7-1 Londonderry. A good one to close it out.